Hello, hello. Happy Thursday. Guys, it is Angela with Word and Home. Come on in and say hello. Trying to pull up the video. I hope everyone's having a good day. I missed you last week, so I'm ready to do some crafting, and I hope you are too. Come on in and tell me where you're watching from. Tell me something good about your day. Tell me what kind of crafts you've been working on. I would really like to know that because it's that time of year where we've just got everything going on. I'm kind of trying to ramp up for Christmas in July. That's what I've been working on this week, doing that planning. And then also have summer projects going on, still doing some patriotic stuff. Fall is out. Hi, Angie. Hi, Rhea. So, it's just like a little bit of everything. I went into Hobby Lobby yesterday. Fall is full blown in there, and then Christmas is coming out. So, it's just like, sometimes I feel a little bit overwhelmed because it's like we've got every season in like 2 months. Oh, thank you, Angie. I am nice and tan. We had a really good trip. Probably got a little bit too much sun one day. I thought I was in the shade, but I apparently was not. But we had a really good trip. You can hear the pitter patter. I've got an extra puppy today, and I know, Angie, it is. I've got my daughter's dog, and so there's lots of little pitter patter running around. But we had a really good trip, and we're glad to be home, and I really missed you guys. So. Okay, so I see lots of people hopping on. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you what we're going to do today. We're doing patriotic. It's funny because I thought I'm going to squeeze in one more patriotic. Thank you, Rhea. One more patriotic project before we move on to summer and fall and all the things. And then of course in July, I love to do Christmas in July because I love Christmas so much. So we'll be doing that in July, and I've got some cute stuff. Oh, thank you, Dana. Some cute stuff planned for July. I always like to have, I always feel better tan. I don't know why. I just think it makes you glow more. So I always feel better when I've gotten a little bit of sun on vacation. So we're working with this, okay? This is, it's just a bamboo cutting board. And probably most of you guys that I know that watch me and you craft, you probably have one of these in your stash. And I found this one in my stash, so I thought I'm going to use that board. And I try to, when I do my lives, I try to do things that you can find or I think you can find. I know you can't always because all of our Dollar Trees are not always all the same, and this one I've had for a while because it was $1.25, and I'm pretty sure they're not $1.25 anymore. I know, Rhea. I always like patriotic crafts. It's a close second to Christmas. Like Christmas snowmen. I could do snowmen all year. I love them that much. And patriotic are close. I love the red, white, and blue stuff as well. Okay, sorry. I don't know why I'm so thirsty. So we're working with this, and I am going to, first of all, I'm going to give it some Waverly Antiquing wax. That's our very first step. So what's everybody doing this weekend? It's Thursday. I was just talking to my daughter about this. Father's Day is coming up. So I don't know. We'll do something, for my husband, probably dinner at my daughter's house. Okay, so we're just going to add this. I'm going to do the front, the back, and the sides. So we'll probably do that this weekend. I'd love to be able to get out and get on the lake. Isn't that pretty? Such a pretty color. But I don't know if we'll be able to do it. I don't even know what the weather's like. It's really overcast here today, and we've had some rain showers. So, but I would love to get. We have a small boat, but we haven't had a chance to get it out yet. It's still in storage, so that would be something I would like to do. But hi, Sue. Yes, and that's true, Dana. Because it's the 250th birthday, I think people are doing more. so that's even more reason to do more red, white, and blue. I've got quite a bit around my house that I've decorated with. Okay, and I'm just using a damp paper towel just to put this on here, and it just darkens it up a little bit. It didn't darken it up a ton. Okay, so now I'm going to put a little bit of heat on it. Oh, you haven't? Yes, these cutting boards are one thing that I consistently see at Dollar Tree, are these little bamboo cutting boards. And even if they're like $1.75 now, I don't know how much they've gone up to. Hi, Bonnie. My mother-in-law's on. I say hi to her. Even if they're like $1.75, I still think that's a pretty good price for this, because this is just this surface, you can do anything with this. Oh, see this comment, Father's Day. It's kind of, oh, I'm sorry, Angie. It is hard. I'm sorry. My dad's been gone for several years too, and I always think about him. So I know it's hard on those of us that have lost our dads. And your husband too. I'm sure that's hard. Okay, so it doesn't take very long. I've got it dried down. Now we're going to, I'm going to make this look kind of like a flag. It was, obviously it's not going to be exactly. It's going to have a little bit of creative. I'm going to take a little bit of creative liberty with it, but it's going to be close. And so I think I want to do a little bit of the candle wax here. 60 is young, Sue, and the closer I get to it, the younger it looks. Oh no, Dana, stay safe. We've had a lot of rain too, but yeah, that is so dangerous with the amounts of rain you're getting, I'm sure. Yeah, be careful underneath that tornado watch. Oh, you're going to go to Mass with your son, Angie. That's good. I'm glad. I hope you enjoy your time with your son. So I kind of want this to have like a distressed look. So I'm going to use the candle wax, and we've done this before. You don't have to do this if you don't want it to be chippy. I kind of want the chippy look. So we're going to give it a whirl. Now I'm not going to add as much as I usually do. I'm just going to run a few just up and down a little bit. Just so that when I take my scraper, I can scrape that off. But I don't want to remove too much. So I'm not going to use as much as I usually do. And then I'm just going to cover it with my Waverly and my paint. You can use whatever you want here. You can use chalk paint like I am. You can use acrylic paint. But you guys know me that have been here for a while. I really do love my chalk paint. Okay, I'm just going to paint the whole thing. The top will have some blue on it and stuff, but I'm just going to first, it's too hard for me to try to decide where. I'm going to need white for my stripes, but I'm also going to put some stars on here. So I'm just going to go ahead and paint the whole thing white to begin with. And I'm going to leave that edge just a little bit on purpose like that. So this is pretty, I feel like this is pretty budget friendly craft, because your little board, like I said, I don't know how much they are because I haven't bought one lately, but I don't think they would be more than $1.75 at Dollar Tree. I don't know how much they've gone up to. But you've got your board, and then you'll have paint, of course, to paint it your red, white, and blue. And then we're going to put a bow on it. So I still feel like it'll be pretty budget friendly. You can tuck this. I wanted to do this because I thought I could tuck it in a corner. I think I'll tuck it in like a corner of my kitchen. I've got my apron on because I haven't worn this in a while, but I always tend to make a mess and get paint. And then earlier I ran errands, and I didn't feel great yesterday. I fought a headache all day, so I stayed in and didn't get out. And so today I actually put makeup on, put some nicer clothes on, you know, and actually had to run some errands. So I thought I better cover that up with my apron. Oh, fun, Rhea. You know, I have some of those giant clothespins in, I didn't get them at Dollar Tree, but I have some of those, and I have been wondering what to do with them. How are you using yours, Rhea? What are you doing with them? Okay, we're going to dry this down. I would love to know how you're using them. I think I actually bought mine at Ollie's. Do you guys have an Ollie's? Since my Big Lots went out, that made me really sad. If you guys were Big Lot shoppers, you understand what I'm saying. I hated it when they went out. I used to love to go in there because you could just find different stuff. And so now I don't have them anymore, so now I go to Ollie's. And it's a closeout store as well, and so you just never know what you're going to find in there. Okay. So, have it pretty dry. Okay. It's not perfect coverage, and that's okay. And I'm just going to use this little scraper. This is an actual Pampered Chef scraper, but you can order these on Amazon that are just generic. They're not Pampered Chef, and these are amazing. I've ordered them from Amazon, and I love them. They are an amazing tool to have in your craft stash. Okay. And just keep kind of going, and you'll kind of get all that extra. If you really want heavy distress, just add more of your candle wax, okay? And it doesn't have to be a fancy candle. I use Dollar Tree candles. Wax is wax for this, okay? I don't think I'm going to paint the sides. I think I'm just going to do the front. Okay, so see, I've just got a little bit of distress. Not a ton. Just a little bit. Oh, you do, Carol? You have Big Lots and Ollie's, yeah. Oh, hi, Darlene. You're having sunny weather today? Awesome. No sunny weather here, but I'm not complaining because it's cooler out there because it's overcast, you know, and so it's kind of a cooler day, and those are nice to have every once in a while. Okay. Clean up some of that extra. Now, I want to do stars on the top, and I'm going to do stripes on the bottom. So I'm going to do my stripes first, okay? I just have some blue painter's tape, and I don't know what the width of this is. Let me see. It's I don't know if it says on here, it's Scotch tape. I'm not sure, but it's Scotch blue, and it looks like that, okay? I'm not sure exactly the width, but that's what it looks like. And so I'm going to go almost to the edge. I kind of played with this earlier. And when you put your tape on here to do your stripes, and we don't want to do our stripe all the way to the top. Your tape is going to take off some of your paint too. So you might just keep that in mind. Okay, I'm going to leave about this much up here. for my stars. Okay. So, and see how where I pulled that extra tape off, it pulls even more paint off. And if you guys have been around for a while, you've seen that tape technique that we do. You can also remove paint with that too. And that's a really cool technique. Now, to measure the distance between my stripes, I'm taking just another little piece of tape here. I'm going to butt it up right next to this one. And then I'll put my next stripe down. That way I know they're evenly spaced. And honestly though, I'm going to put this right here. I don't even care if this is, I don't want this to be perfect. So I thought about just trying to freehand my stripes on here, but I don't know. I thought that could go bad. So I decided just to use my tape. Okay. Now we're just going to pull this piece up and move it over here. And we'll do the same again. And I tore my pieces earlier, but I tore them too long because I didn't account for my stars that they weren't going to go all the way to the top. So, okay. Okay, we'll have one more piece. Take this piece up. Okay. And then one more piece of tape. Okay, and then hopefully we'll have just a little edge. I may have to make this one just a little bit thinner, but just enough that there's a little edge over here. Okay. We go back over and just smooth all those down. So we got our stripes on there. Okay, I'm gonna pull this piece out. And then we're gonna smooth all those. And I think I'm just gonna take a piece, I'll take one of these extra pieces that I have here. And we're just gonna run all these across the top. And then we can paint. Now, so the white's already done, right? Because that was our base coat. You have to fix that one little piece, but the white's already done and that's covered. So we're just gonna paint these in with our red. And let me cover up this one little section right here where my tape was not quite long enough. Okay. Now, I'm just gonna use, you can use whatever color you want. I just have like, try to look at these colors here and decide. One of these is a little bit darker. I think I'm going to go with this one. This is just, it's called Wine, and it's from Hobby Lobby. It's from their Crafters collection. So we're just going to use this one. And we'll do light coats. Light coats, so I mean, I pressed this down really well, but do you know, just to be safe that it doesn't run, always just start with a light coat. And then you can, you can go back over it again if you need to. I know sometimes I get in a hurry and I want to be done, but I always regret that if I do that, because I always get I have to do a lot of touch-ups. So I'm going to try to go slow and be patient, which is not a strong suit. But try to be patient and get this on here. And if I don't have it, if it's not, I don't really want a lot of thick coverage anyway. Okay. And this is a darker shade, like I said, but you could use, if you want that really bright red, you could do that too. Hi, Kathy. Hey, Amanda. Oh, Jenny. Facebook. Oh my gosh. Hi, Barb. I try to put out messages and reminding you guys, but I don't want to nag you. But you always, I mean, if you need to periodically check your Facebook, because every time they do an update or a change or whatever, they're, all the different things that they have to do over there, you can get bumped off, and you may, and it may take you a while because there's so much information on Facebook, right? And a lot of times, like, I follow a lot of people too. I follow a lot of creators, and sometimes it takes me a little bit to go, hey, I haven't seen, whoever, I haven't seen them in a while. What's going on? And so I have to do the same thing, and it drives me crazy, but just something we have to do, I guess, just periodically check. And I noticed also, just a little housekeeping that I'll tell you guys about. When I've been resharing some videos, and even though I can see them on my end, sometimes you can't see them on your end. So I'm going to try to be better about most of my videos. I've tried to move them all over to YouTube. So this live today, I'll move it to YouTube. Okay, I'm trying to get better at that. So, if you can't see a live, or a video of mine, like if it's gone, just remember I have a YouTube channel, and if you're not following me over there, it would really help me out if you wanted to go over and give me a follow on YouTube. So you can always see my videos over there. They will not be deleted. All the lives, Facebook has a new, it's not new. They've been doing this for a while now, but you may not know about it. After so long, lives get deleted. So this live will not be on here on Facebook like it used to be. So just so you know that. So that's why I try to move them all over to YouTube, so we don't lose them. Okay. This one has a couple spots up here that I want to touch up. Okay, so we're getting our spots here. I've got just a couple spots right here that I want to touch up, and then I think this will be done. And last week, I could not, or not last week, but last time I was live, I couldn't see your comments, and it was so frustrating. Rhea, either way, you had to turn back on a bunch of notifications. I know, it's so frustrating, Barb. It is. It's real, and it's frustrating to creators, but that's just the way it is. It's their platform, and we get to be on it, so for free. So we got to go with it. And Rhea, back to your question about YouTube. If you go over, and I guess if you go over and follow me, it will definitely help me. But also, I'm going to take this tape off. I do need watch hours over there. So if you want to watch some of my videos over there, that would be helpful too. Because before you can get monetized on YouTube, you have to meet just like Facebook. They have certain requirements. You have to have so many videos on there. You have to have so many watch hours where people are watching your videos and things like that. So I don't know if I answered your question or if I just made it more confusing, but okay. Okay. There's our stripes. It looks funny right now, but we'll put stars on top. Okay. So let's dry these down a little bit. And then we'll work on the top. And we got a really nice distress on the white. And if we want to distress the red a little bit more, I think I might put some tape on top of it and pull it off, and it'll just give us even more of a distressed look. And I didn't use that much candle wax. You guys saw how much I used. It doesn't take a lot. It really doesn't. Okay, so see how, let's see those red. Let's try this. This one's really dark right here. Let's put our tape on there. Okay, yeah. Now see that? It gives you a nice distress right there. And all you're doing is just putting your tape on there. Super simple. And this is not even real sticky tape. I mean, this is painter's tape, right? So if you want a really heavy distress, and I have a blog post on it, you can use packing tape, and that gives you a really good one too. But this one, I just kind of want a light distress. So this tape's perfect. I'm just kind of running my fingernail on there and my finger. And if you put your fingernail on there and press it down really hard, it'll take even more off. Okay. It's working nicely. And I'm using the same piece of tape. I may have to get a new one, but... I'm all about the grungy, chippy, you know, I like that. I don't want it to look new ever. Oh, good. That's perfect. See that? See our board kind of popping through? And so a lot of people will ask, why did you put the antiquing wax on it? That's why, because when that's peeking through there, I want it to be darker. So that's why I did the antiquing wax. Otherwise, it would have been just that neutral color that the board was originally. And if you like that, that's even easier, right? But I like a little bit darker. Okay, I'm just going to peel a little bit off of here. Okay. I really like the way that looks. What do you guys think? Isn't that cool? Got a little, because, and I don't know if you have ever dealt with this, but with me, I'm going to use a piece of tape and try to get just a little bit more off. This is a new piece, so. When I sand, when you try to sand red paint, hi Diane, thank you for sprinkling. When you try to sand red paint, it's not always good. You know, sometimes it's messy. It can look pink when you sand it. It just doesn't always work out. So this method right here with the tape works much better, I feel like, especially with the color red. Plus you ruin a sanding pad. Red paint, well, you're going to have to get a new sanding pad for sure. Okay, that looks really good. Okay, I think we're going to call that good. So, those are our stripes. I would have liked for them to be a little wonkier and not quite so straight, but it is what it is. Thank you, Diane. If you have a steady hand, and sometimes I can do this, but, you know, you could just take, because initially what I thought was I would just use one of these, and this is about the right width, and I would just make my stripes, but I was just nervous that I would screw it up. So we did the tape, and I think it turned out nicely. So now we're going to put a piece of tape across the top here, and we will do our blue. And I think I'm just going to paint it blue and then stencil the stars on top of it. It's just under Word and Home, Darlene. I can share a link to it. I can share a link to that in here. It should just, you should be able to find it under Word and Home. Okay, we're going to put our tape right at the top of those stripes. And then we're just going to grab some blue paint. go with this one. This one is called, it's just navy blue. Just navy blue. And it's that same Hobby Lobby Crafters collection, okay? But you could use the Walmart paint. Any of that paint will work. Okay. My water is already yucky. I don't know. I hope I got that tape on there straight. It doesn't look straight. It looks really wonky. Let me look. My stripes might have not been. Okay. That looks a little bit better. I have, I see one of the dogs. I have, do you guys put on, our dogs are so spoiled. When I leave the house, I put YouTube on for our dogs, especially when my daughter's dog is here, or I guess our grand dog. We put YouTube, we put birds and squirrels on. So, because we crate her, she's still a puppy, so she's still not 100% trustworthy when you're not at home. So she does get in her crate, so we put her crate in front of the TV, and we put YouTube on with birds and squirrels. Does anybody else do that for their dogs? And I can hear, because I was like, man, the birds are loud. And I just realized that's still on in there from I left earlier. And it's still going. I think they're all in the, I think she's in the living room watching it. And this is a really pretty shade. My son's cat loves. Bria, I actually think the one that I have on in there, I think it's said for cats, but they love squirrels. They love to watch squirrels, even my adult dogs. So, and these dogs, they watch TV more than any dogs we've ever had. It's crazy. And my daughter's dog, actually, my husband and I can FaceTime with my daughter, and her dog will like look at us in the phone camera like she can. It's just she's so cute. It's the craziest thing though. She hears our voices and she sees us in the camera. Okay. Okay, there's one coat. This is going to be kind of splotchy, so I'll definitely have to do another coat on that one. He sits and watches it for hours. Yeah. Let me dry this for a minute, and then they're like she's really quiet in there. So I'm going to peek around the corner and make sure check on her and see what she's doing. She's really been a good girl today. She's really been good. Just going to peek and see if I can see what she's doing. She's being a good girl. She's just laying in the floor. Okay. So let's get a little more paint on this. And really, I think I will, once I get I may distress this a little bit more with that, like I did the stripes with this paint too. Okay. She loves our dog, our white Aussie Doodle Winter, that I share pictures of her so much. She loves her, but Winter does not like her as much. She likes her, but she gets tired, because she doesn't have as much energy as a puppy does. So they play for a little bit, and then she's like, okay, I need you to back off for a little bit. And Isla, our daughter's dog, doesn't always understand that. Okay. Okay. I think that's pretty good. I'm going to dry that down. It is, Rhea. It really is. Yes, Jean, I know. I should have used a bigger brush. I didn't think about it. I have one in the water there, but I don't like it as well, but it would have made it a lot faster. Yeah, puppies are like, I mean, obviously like toddlers. If, you know, when they get quiet, it's, yeah, you better be checking. Okay. So there's our blue, okay? Now, I'm putting stars on here, but I think I'm going to go ahead and distress it just a smidge. With just some paint, just like I did the red. And just a few spots here and there. Just kind of just lay it down. That's going to look good. It's got okay. Love it. Okay. Okay, so it's got a nice distress on it. Okay, so that's what we've got right now. Okay, we've got our red and our blue. Hi, Janet. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, now let's do our stars. I'm going to hang on to this tape just in case we want to just distress a little bit. I don't have a star, I don't have a stencil where they're all uniform and the same size. So this is the only one I have, so we're gonna have to make it work. I wish that I had one where they were all uniform, but I don't. So we are going to work with this and make it work. I caught a little bit of Stephanie with my, the Vintage Pebble. I caught a little bit of her. She was doing a live, I think it was today, and she had a stencil with stars. She got hers from Amazon, so I need to get on Amazon and something's going on outside. Janet, I do too. That tape method is amazing, and it worked better with the painter's tape than I thought it would. Oh, my husband's on here. I could make one, and I actually tried making one with the wood, but the wood was too thick, and so it just didn't work as well. But maybe I could try something different. Okay. You can cut different things with your laser than just wood, so maybe I need to try. Okay. I know I don't want the great big star, so I'm just going to try. May have too much paint on these. Okay, so we've got little stars. And we're just gonna keep working our way around on the board. I got some paint on the underside of it right here. Can use, this is just a little pouncer. I call these pouncers, from Dollar Tree. And they work pretty well. They work pretty well for things like this. And there's a smaller size on one that probably would have been better, but okay, we're just gonna keep turning this around. Just kind of keep working with it here. I'm just trying to use the smaller stars. Hear my dog snoring under my feet. Let's see. Everybody should have a snoring dog. She sleeps well under my feet when I'm in here crafting. Okay. Okay, we're gonna still fill in some of this corner up here. Okay, good, Rita. He snuck in here. He snuck in on us, didn't he, Rita? He has not. He and I were just talking about that the other night. How he used to come in on some of the lives. Okay. Let's do. Let's change this up just a little bit. Okay, and then one more maybe down here in the corner, okay? And like I said, if you have a stencil with different kinds of stars, that would be, anything would work. Or if you prefer, like I said, a more uniform look, that would work too. Okay. Okay, so we have our stars on there. Yeah, we do need to. You better not have gotten fired. Oh, you mean you got fired from here. Okay, gotcha. It's like, you better not have gotten fired. I know, we should add some glitter just in honor of Mr. Wardenholm. Okay, we're going to dry these down. But actually, when you use so little paint, when you're kind of pouncing these on, it dries really quickly. It really does. Okay. Now, that's really the hardest part. I'm gonna make a little bow. I'm gonna put some jute twine around the middle here. You could do whatever you wanted. around this. I don't know how much of this I need. But we are gonna, let's just pull a considerable amount of this out. And I can always just, whatever I don't use, I can just stick back in there. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna put that right there, and then I'm just gonna start wrapping this. We are gonna put a bow on here too. You don't have to do this jute part if you don't want, but just thought it was kind of a might look kind of cool. The neighbors are, they're having, their lawn's getting mowed, so it's kind of loud sometimes. Okay. I wrapped that around there, and then I'm just going to kind of tie this off. Now I didn't drill holes or anything in this, but you could if you wanted to hang it, or hey Isla, if you wanted to hang it, you could. I'm just gonna kind of use mine as a leaner, I think, probably. So, and this just kind of when you put your jute on here, it just kind of, where your red and your stripes and your blue, it just kind of hides that a little bit. Now we're gonna make a little bow for this. I'm just gonna do like a little almost like a little stack bow, but let me show you the material that I've got. I just went through my stash. You can use any kind of material that you want. I've got a stripe, I've got a blue polka dot, and then I've got a blue stripe. Okay. Whatever you want for those. So what I do is I usually just fold it over like that, so then you have a folded end, and then I'll tie it up. I'll probably tie it up closer to this end. Let's see. Cinch it really tight in the middle. If you guys can see what I'm doing. Just gonna tie it super tight. Okay. And then these ends are too long. I don't want them quite that long, so I'm gonna cut some of that off. So you could make your strips a little bit shorter if you want to. I'm always afraid to get them too short. Okay, so then you're just gonna kind of have like a little rag bow right here to go on here. But I still think this is probably just a little too big on here, so we'll trim it down just a little bit more. But it's totally preference on this part, on what you like. Oh, thank you, Diane. Hi, Lynn. Hey, friend. I know that blow is so distracting. Okay. And I always have to fuss with these. Some people can make these, but they just make it look so easy. But for me, I'm always like over here fussing with it and trying to, you know, pulling everything every which way here. But something like that. Just depends on which side you want to use there. Okay. And then we're going to hot glue it on here. But we're going to put something around it. I made this, okay, and this is just a piece of material that I've already copy stained, and I just stamped 1776 on this. And I used my Dollar Tree stamps that I bought for this. No, I take that back. I did not use my Dollar Tree stamps. I used these clear stamps from Hobby Lobby, and I used the clear block for those. Thank you, Lynn. And so, we're going to put this on here. I think maybe, let me see if I have like a safety pin or something. So I thought maybe I could just pin it on there. And that would be really cute. And then I have a wood star from my, maybe we'll just glue it. I have a wood star from, from my kits, from my Glowforge. So I always keep those. They come in handy for these. Got lots of little strings from my material, but it's shabby, so it's cute. Okay. Maybe trim this up just a smidge. And then I'm just going to hot glue this. It doesn't take much. Right to the center, like that. Cute. And then that doesn't look good, with just that stuck on. So I thought we'll put the star on top of it, and that'll finish it off, I think. I'll let you guys tell me what you think. What do you think? I think that turned out really cute. And that's just, from a Dollar Tree cutting board. Turned out really sweet. Kind of pull my. What do y'all think about that? Oh, it's thundering. Ooh, you may get some rain, Lynn. Thanks, Rhea. Thanks, Karen. I think it turned out really cute. I'd probably use bigger stars if I had a bigger star stencil for up here, but I think overall it turned out really cute. Thank you, Sharon. Thanks, Darlene. Thanks, Jenny. Thank you, guys. But super simple, and it was really quick. It was quick to put together. Put that together in under an hour, and, that included the painting and everything. Thank you, Janet. Oh, thank you, Rosemary. Thanks, Carol. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. Are you still enjoying Patriotic Crafts? Because, we're coming down to the wire. It's getting closer. And so if you're still enjoying the Patriotic Crafts, we may try to squeeze a couple more in. Oh, good, Diane. You have the cutting board. Perfect. Thank you, Amanda. Wendy. I can show them to you. This one is a kit from our store. It just says USA. And then this one is a kit from our store. Okay, and then I have one more that I did a quick video on. And if you're interested in those, just ask me in the put a message in there, and I can send you the link. And then this one, let's see if I can get it. This was a quick video I did, gosh, last week or the week before, maybe. Maybe I did this before we went on vacation. And this was just a Dollar Tree heart. I still got the sticker on the back. So just a Dollar Tree heart that we did. And I did the same method with with the stripes. So except for this one, I tried to sand, and it, like, I learned my lesson there. Just don't sand red paint. Just use the tape method. Just trust me. It's so much easier. So, but this was just a Dollar Tree one. So, yeah. So these, those Dollar Tree wood shapes, you can do a lot with those too. You really can. Oh, thank you, Wendy. So, and there's a video on that heart. There's a video, or maybe I did a blog post, but I have a printable sheet on wordandhome.com with the steps for that one too. Holly, yes, ma'am. When I get off here, I will send you a link to the kits, and I will put a link in for my YouTube channel as well, because someone said earlier they couldn't find it, so I can share that too. So I'll share all the links with you guys when I hop off. So, but one more time, our little Dollar Tree cutting board, I think it turned out sweet. I'll share a picture with you when I get it. I'll probably use it in my kitchen. I'll probably tuck it in a corner, but I think it'll be really cute. Oh, thank you, Barb. I hope you guys will give this a try. You're welcome, Wendy. Isla, she's not in here. Let me see if she'll come in here. Come here, Isla. Let me see if I can grab her. She doesn't always cooperate. Isla, here. You want to say hi? Yeah. Okay. This is Isla. She's cute. Look at her little salt and pepper, her little paws. Hi, can you say hello? She is a sweetie too. You're welcome, Kathy. Thank you, Linda. Okay, guys, thanks for hopping on with me and spending a little bit of time crafting. Let me know in the comments if you still, like I said, if you're still enjoying the Patriotic, and if there's some other kind of crafts that you'd like to see. If you're ready for fall or whatever, let me know that too. Oh, thank you, Rhea. She is adorable. She's a sweetheart. They keep bumping my Ring camera. Thank you, Kathy. Thanks, Angie. Okay, guys, I am going to hop off here, and I will add all the links when I get off. And thank you so much for joining me. And if you enjoyed the video, be sure to sprinkle it out for me. Oh, thank you, Rhea, for telling him Happy Father's Day. Thank you, Darlene. Okay, guys, I will see you again soon. Have a great weekend and stay safe, guys. Bye.